A new frontier is rising, a redefinition of the times, a new freedom. Advances in technology and science are redefining work, the organization of work, and the role of the workers in a globalizing economy. Nations are linking arms to seek better responses to these exciting challenges. The search for fresh opportunities and innovative approaches heightens at every turn. And creative alternatives are surfacing as conditions of child labor, flexible employment, migration, job loss, and the informalization of work are more and more becoming commonplace. In the forefront of these is the Federation of Free Workers.
We will not only be a trade union, but we will be a social movement. This was together with WCL, because the transformation of society, during this time, you need a social movement together with trade union. This happened in Europe. This is a transformation all over the world. Traditional trade union movement is your main point is collective bargaining. In other words, employees ask something from the employers. Then they bargain for the wages and the working conditions. That's the essence of trade unionism, is to organize them for collective bargaining.
As a free and independent trade union with Christian, social, and democratic orientation, the Federation promoted unity and protection to the Filipino worker.
The main thrust should be the farmers. Actually, at the time, the farmers were important because the communists were organizing the farmers. And Jerry came at the moment to organize the farmers. They were also organizing the industrial workers, so we took care of that in FFW.
The Federation of Free Workers spearheaded the enactment of the Magna Carta of Labor and Electoral Reforms in 1953. By its third biennial convention in 1958, its membership tripled, and FFW has won millions of pesos in wage hikes, overtime pays, sick and vacation leaves, retirement pays, and benefits.
And then we were the first one to insist on the minimum wage, not the minimum wage, but what you call the living wage. And this is what we are fighting for. The FW is fighting not for a minimum wage, but for a decent wage, a family living wage. In other words, a salary where you can support your family and your children in decent comfort.
The Federation recognized that the constructive labor management relationship was achievable and workable where freedom of association and the right to organize and collectively bargain are respected and promoted.
You will not believe it. We organized all the banks in Manila. They came to us, they were interested. That was the heyday of what we had. The newspapers used to say, bank strike threatens the industry, because all the banks were affiliated.
In the late 50s and early 60s, FFW was formally affiliated with the Belgium-based World Confederation of Labor, or WCL, then known as the International Federation of Christian Trade Unions, or IFCTU. It also became one of the pillars of the Manila-based Brotherhood of Asian Trade Unionists, or BATU, the regional body of WCL in Asia.
I think the FW is the most developed of all the countries in Asia, simply because we have all the expertise here. The others don't have the expertise we have here. And then we were the original organizers of this thing. One of the things that they attracted to Manila is because we have more influence here in the government. No affiliate of WCL has that kind of influence as the FFW have. They are surprised that the Minister of Labor, our Labor Secretary, comes to our meeting. Because in the country, it's very difficult sometimes to invite the Labor Minister.
In the coming years, as its membership grew, FFW formed several councils for the different social groups to promote unionism and social change. The Women's Council, now named the FFW Women's Network, promoted the status of the women workers. The Young Free Workers, or YFW, whose leaders were among the youth activists of the Christian Social Movement, or CSM, advocated social justice and social